Na 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 na. Lord. Piki maua, ua, hibidi na ua, piki maua, ua.
I logos music.
Piki maua, ua, hibidi na ua, piki maua, ua, hibidi. Worldwide presenter. Victoria Kimani didn't know that she would kill his show. Run Lagos before Nairobi fell out. Take a look at a young girl, better life and now it's full of pretenders. Spend a little now you know, I spend now me know. So kambali na nimbali ni na enda. Now you can bet your money on me, baby I'm the real deal, and they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me. Keep it classy. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable. A phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. I wanna meet Buddha, so I can shake her hand, tell her she a queen. She made something of herself. Now I can catch feelings. She account shillings, top billing. Want she in a private jet, get down on your knees and praise. And then do your best. They don't know your tears. What you say? Speak now or forever hold your breath. Now you can bet your money on me, baby. I'm the real deal, and they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me, sit down, be humble. Keep it classy like Victoria. Ready. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable. A phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. She a queen though. I wanna big up all the queens in the building. All the queens doing their thing. I see you, baby. Get on the floor one time. Now, picky maua. Picky maua. Picky maua. Picky maua. Now you can bet your money on me, baby. I'm the real deal, and they can never slow me down. I'm a big deal. Mama told me, sit down, be humble, keep it classy. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. She's a real go-getter. Anything you do, she doing better. She doing her thing though. And anything she wants, she will get it. Unapologetic. She doing her thing though. Unstoppable. A phenomenal. She doing her thing though. She a queen though. She a queen though.
I logos music.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Ayo, what's up, good people? What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the Friday edition of, it's always Fridays, but this is the Powerpuff Girls edition, special edition of the Power Rap Show, happening live and direct right here on Power Radio. It's really good to see you guys. I'm filling in for Ben, and no doubt, shout out to him. He's all the way in Homer Bay County for the Devolution Conference, but the show must go on. Remember, you can get in touch with us, engage us on our social media platforms. We are Pawa Radio across all socials. Find us on Twitter, find us on Instagram, we have Facebook as well, and you can also find us live on our YouTube channel, which, by the way, I'm giving you 2 seconds. Just go to our YouTube channel, hit that subscription note and also the notification bell, so that whenever we go live, you definitely will be the first to know about that. And you can also find us on our website. We are www.power254.power254. What am I saying? Power254.org/Power Radio. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I think I'm quite excited. So the Pop-Up Girls are already in studio with me, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then I'll tell you what we are going to do next. It's really good to see you. Njeri is in the building. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm just doing just fine.
Just fine.
It's been a crazy week.
Oh, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, months.
I'm
yeah. It's good to have you again here
Thank
with
you.
us. All right, and then we have Kimberly with us in the studio. Hi, how are you, Kimberly?
I'm fine.
Uko salama? Yes. Do you introduce?
My name is Kimberly,
Yeah.
Sandra, the writer and the blogger behind Slay the Ballot, and the owner of Pretty Political. So yeah.
Awesome. Karibu sana. What is Slay the Ballot about? Just briefly.
Slay the Ballot is a civic education platform for young people. So basically we just write articles on the trending issues that involve us politically.
Yeah.
And also we do a lot of voter education. Slay the Ballot just technically means come 2027 we are going to slay that ballot. Yeah.
Period. And last but not definitely least,
platform?
Slay the Ballot. Yeah.
Slay the Ballot is on Instagram, and when you Google Slay the Ballot on Google Chrome, it will just appear and you'll find all our blogs there. We've written close to 13 blogs. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Last but not least, Marion Ngayi is in the studio with us. Hi, Marion. Hey. Yeah. Introduce yourself.
My name is Marion Ngayi. I work here at TRAFFICKING, the programs manager. And I'm definitely happy to be here today.
Yeah.
And excited for the conversation. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, that is the lineup. Blossoms, Buttercup, and Bubbles is here with us. We'll decide who is who. We will decide along the way who is who. To just give you the lineup of what to be expecting on today's show. Of course, we are going to be talking about the jarring BBC documentary that, of course, the one and only Njeri Mwangi was able to do and narrate. And so we are going to be talking about everything that has happened before, during, and after that BBC expose about the heinous acts, sexual offences as well, in terms of child trafficking, sexual child trafficking. And then we shall also get into what are some of the stories that have been making the rounds on social media over the past 1 week, and come back and just banter about it. But for now, let's go back to some music break. We come back and we get into the daily, the social media scoop. So do keep it Power Radio. We'll be right back after this.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Run.
Mimi umeficha niko curious. Can I get to see your body on my body, and I promise you I will make you sing. Such a different feeling when you put it on me now. Kuja nikuonyeshe, joto tupoeshe. Baby legeza, nikupe mapenzi. It's just you and I, bila watu wengi. Privacy and chini and the bottom, unajua tu. I promise I'll be good, promise it will be just me and you. Unachotaka sema tu, 'cause I'm stuck to you like glue. Ikibamba basi nipe tena. Hakuna kulala penzi niko kesha. Hiyo swali yako leo nakupatia jibu. Dalili ya mvua ni mawingu. Hiyo swali yako leo nakupatia jibu. Si unajua masaa ni machache, ukionja utajua ladha yake. Take me high to the moon nifikishe. If you let me, nibembeleze, nibembeleze. Pia mimi nikudekeze, baby ni babe, na ukiteleza sitakuacha chini. Baby legeza, nikupe mapenzi. It's just you and I, bila watu wengi. Privacy and love. Dalili ya mvua ni mawingu. Hiyo swali yako leo nakupatia jibu. Dalili ya mvua ni mawingu. Hiyo swali yako leo nakupatia jibu. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, welcome back. That is, we are Nubia D&D Fit Zaituni Wamboi. It's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Power... We're gonna say this is the Power Morning Drive, and then I'm so used to this is the Power Morning Drive show. No, you are on Power Up. This is a special edition of the Powerpuff Girls. We are here all the way. We're going to be cruising all the way with you till 3:30 p.m. So thank you so much for taking the time and spending the afternoon with us. Weekend, we usher you in nicely into the weekend. All right, let's just jump right into our first story of the day, and my panelists here are going to weigh in on that story. So you might know or you might not know, the Devolution Conference is currently underway in Homa Bay County, and one person that is not new to any controversy, we're talking about the music pop star herself, Akode, showed up, and she showed up in something that I would like to call devolved clothing. Yes. She showed up, and it really raised it raised an alarm. A lot of backlash, happened online with people saying that, for a woman your age, you should not be showing up the way you are showing up. And of course, being Akode, being as bold as she is, of course she had something to say about that. So let's listen into the clapback that she had, and then we'll come back and discuss. Was this too much? Was she pushing the button? Yes. Yeah, exactly. So let's listen in, and then we come back and discuss some more.
Any media station trying to call me right now, what are you calling me to come and do? What do I owe you? To answer questions I didn't ask. Akode, can you answer this? Can you answer that? Am I the one who asks the questions? Do the questions belong to me? Listen, don't distract me on a Wednesday. I'm busy running around securing the lives of my parents. I don't want to be begging people for pay bill. Shit. Then you start saying, but we thought she was rich. The parents are stuck in the hospital. Leave me alone. Listen, you are calling me to come to your shows. I will come and open my legs again, and you will not do anything. I've told you, I am not a role model to anyone. Even my children can only pick what they want to pick from me. Otherwise, all of you can go to hell. Hello? You are desperate for me right now, calling me left and right. Do you even call me when I release songs? Do you even talk about my shows? Or I have to beg you to play my songs even twice a day only? Leave me alone before I... You don't know me. Play my music, babe.
All right. That's raw and uncut. Akode. You know, one camp is saying that, you people, you need to stop policing women's bodies. Women can do whatever it is that they want to do. The other camp is talking about the shaming of women, especially ageism, because there's that whole thing of, you are a woman in your 40s, you have watoto wenye wamekoma. What kind of example are you setting? And then the other argument was, you only want our views, or you want to latch off of our views when it's convenient for you, but you are absconding yourself from the responsibility of being a role model only when it's convenient or inconvenient for you. So those are many reactions there. Those are many things to weigh in on. We'll start with you, Njeri. What do you make of this whole devolved dressing situation by one and only Akode?
I have so many reactions. I have so many feelings.
Sure.
So my dress, my choice, right? But then also, and I speak this about this, knowing that women need to be able to be allowed to dress the way they want. We should not be policing how women dress. But also, there's a place for how I dress depends to where I'm going. Then we all know Akode. You don't, unless you're giving her a script, you're telling her you show up looking like this because of this and the other. Right. Otherwise, expect anything from Akode. Like she says, and it's not the first time she's saying it. I am nobody's role model. Shauri yako, mimi wacha nini na mimi. So you can't then start telling her, oh, you are inappropriately dressed. That's how she does her things. What did you expect from her? Right? But also the other thing that she even says, we judge her the way we feel like. When it's only when it's convenient for us. You invite her to this thing, she comes inappropriately dressed, and then you judge her for it, but then you don't do anything about, you only talk about her. You bring her so that ajianike, so that you talk about her. But when she wants you to promote her music, when she wants you to talk about important issues, then we don't. I think as a society, as a public, we need to decide how we are going to relate with Akode. Meet her where she is, love her or hate her. I think for me, I just appreciate that she's very anakuanga straightforward. Ananga hivi hapa kule. She's who she is and she doesn't hide it. Correct.
Who she is. Kimberly?
For me personally, I didn't see an issue. I didn't see an issue because, again, we're so used to policing how women dress to a point where I'm sure if it was a man who showed up without a shirt or with a vest, how many times have we seen these artists going in suits without shirts inside, and no one talks about it. No one says, oh, you're dressed inappropriately. But now the ageism of like, oh, you're a woman, you're a mother, you have to dress in a certain manner. Again, what was the communication? Because I believe when you're inviting someone, just as Njeri has said, communicate how you'd want them to dress. You know, she's a media personality, she's in music, she's an entertainer, and entertainment starts with even how you dress. So she was dressed as an entertainer, not just as one of the delegates who came. So if she was invited as a delegate, I am sure she would have dressed appropriately as a delegate. Now that she was invited as an entertainer, that is how she came dressed. It was on brand. So now people now being the fashion police, I like to call them fashion police for women, makes absolutely no sense, because there was the same issue with Tracy Ellis Ross. She did a photo shoot on the red carpet, and then she was like, oh, you're 50, why are you dressing like that on the red carpet? I mean, even 20-year-olds dress like that in the red carpet. Why is it that women have to age and start dressing in a certain way to fit the comfort of the society? And I usually say, if I've not asked a man why they're not wearing a shirt, no one should ask me or ask any other female entertainer, why are you not wearing a long dress?
Marion?
We? I can't wait.
Wow, first of all, when I saw her, I was a bit disappointed, honestly. For this reason, I think it was the Devolution opening day or something. Yes. But also remember, Kote is the brand ambassador of Homa Bay. So when I saw her, I was a bit confused. Is she here as an entertainer? Is she here as an, the brand ambassador for Homa Bay, which then obviously she represents the citizens to a certain extent and what the county stands for, But then later on, after I followed up on the events, I realized it was more about showbiz than, showing up as an ambassador. And I could see how Kina Millie Odhiambo was so uncomfortable.
Yes. Millie was so uncomfortable.
Millie's face even changed, and some
Yes.
that she could even hide on her behalf.
I saw that.
But then if they like invited her as an entertainer, then that's how she shows up really. But then later on, I realized that she's actually launching an album. And please play one of her songs. She's just told you, play one of her songs. Don't just talk about her. Yeah, so I realized that she was launching an album. If you don't know, also she just released, I think, a Luo song. It's a very nice song, yeah. So maybe that's what she wanted. That's the kind of reaction she was expecting. And so if it's about showbiz, she was rightfully doing her thing on brand. But if she just said to show up like that, ignoring other responsibilities given to her by the county, I feel like it's a bit it's a bit it's a bit off. But kama alikuwa ni msanii amekuja on brand, she's coming to promote, her vision was to promote her upcoming album and everything. I think that's it. And she said it over and over, she's not anyone's role model. So, and also this thing of people going to social media and burdening people with expectations in the name of role modelism. I think people and mentors, I think people should release people from that burden, because truly she doesn't owe you anything. Exactly.
It's a big responsibility.
I like what Kimberly said about men and women. I realized, when you said it, I was wondering, have I ever heard someone being told, sasa na wewe ni baba ya mtu? Like, you hear that so much when it comes to women. Una ni mama ya mtu. We don't say that as much about men. Whether how they dress, how they behave. But for women, we are held, there's a standard. And a very high standard at that. But for men, manze inakuanga ni kama iko 6 feet under. It's not even just.
There is no bar.
We need to find a bar. We need to find a bar.
It's only Gachagua who's faced it. On behalf of the rest of the men.
It's the society, at least in this Kenyan society, we need to be able to put that. A level, a standard where we quote unquote judge people or place people on that if you're this, then this is what is expected of you. And I think that speaks even for leadership. If this is what you are, then you cannot behave a certain way in public. Because also we need to let people live whatever private lives they have. It's called private for a reason. Let people have their private lives. And then when it comes to the public, then you need to know how to present yourself to the public because of the image and the responsibility that you carry.
Correct. All right, I think that's enough said. We can move on to the next story. All right, we go all the way to the southern part of Africa, where Namibia's president, she... you guys are fans, super fans. I can see.
She's her.
She is. She's aweki mtu. Yeah. So she. So Bill Gates, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, is setting out to give out or try out a hormonal intrauterine device. And they are the reason as to why they are rolling out these tests, especially in the continent of Africa, is so what it is basically is, as I've said, it's a hormone that is supposed to act as a birth control mechanism that could potentially prevent pregnancy for 8 years, as it were, right? So they are rolling it in Africa for the lab tests and whatnot. So when the call came for Namibia to sign the petition, Namibia's president, Nandi, I forget her other name. Let me check her other name real quick. I'll remember her name as we are doing this discussion. Yeah, but she said, no, Africa, first of all, she was like, our bodies as women, African women, we are not your lab rats, where you just come and decide, this is where you're going to try out whatever it is that you want to try out here for. So she said no, she's not going to allow. Yet Kenya has welcomed this IUD. Yes, Kenya has welcomed this IUD, and there are plans underway to roll out. And so, first of all, your initial reaction before I even ask the question that I was going to ask. We start off with Njeri. The look.
That's
the look on your face.
That's the look I give my children.
The look on your face.
But I think for me, I got lost immediately as lab.
Hapo kwa lab.
As in, tests are done on animals, sijui tupanya,
Yeah.
whatever. And there are some, even when the drug is launched, they say no animal was hurt.
Yes.
Lakini, sisi wa Africa, we are beneath animals. That wacha kwanza wanze na wa Africa, African women.
Yeah, African
and
women.
then they could try this in labs in America, in Europe, for white people, so that then by the time it's getting to the white man, the white woman, then it has passed through all the failures. It has been improved, and it is fit for the white woman. Yeah. So again, America alone has more than 300 million.
Yeah,
America alone.
Yes.
The population of America is what? 347
347 million, yes.
Why are you trying to control
A country, kwanza in her response, she said, Namibia is a nation of modest size with a population of just over 3 million. So if any country should consider measures to curb population growth, it ought to be nations like the US with over 347 million.
Exactly.
People.
So for us that our population is being curtailed, it's being controlled. Why? Mutuache, please.
Watuache, sindio? Yeah. Yes, Kimberly, on your thoughts about Namibia's president, her full names I have seen, Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwa. That's her
Ndaitwa sounds cow. It sounds, for me, I believe there's feminism and there's African feminism, because feminism in the West is entirely based on harming African women, because they're the ones who propagate feminism in the States. They can start with them. Why are they now bringing this into Africa? And then when you see a country like Namibia, I'm sure the only reason that she did not want, because she's a woman and she understands that this is not the way to go. Kenya has opened it with open arms because we have leaders who do not respect women. Like, for them, we are just like another population that can be tested, because medical misogyny in Kenya is so high to a point where we're losing so many women in reproductive health. So why are we still trying to lab rat our women, and still we have so many unresolved cases of reproductive health issues? We've seen even Fire Mama, she died because of the reproductive health issue that was not treated properly. There's this another influencer in Nakuru, she also died because of the same thing. So why are we opening it up like that to the medical aspect? And we've seen the number of women we are losing due to medical misogyny. So for me, I just looked at it as medical misogyny, because you just want to have control over women's uterus, and I choose. If I do not want to have kids, I will tie my tubes. I do not need a contraceptive that will go over 8 years. And then you will get to see that most of these public hospitals, in fact, they will take advantage. There's something like consent, and most medical doctors in Kenya do not understand consent. They will give you and say, this is the normal one. And then now you're wondering, what is it? What am I using? Because I'm sure any woman will be like 8 years and it's being tested here. Has it been tested anywhere? No. So the consent aspect of the medical history of Kenyan women will not be respected. Men have never respected consent. So now we'll have women just going, because you're innocent, you just want the normal IUD, and they give you the one for 8 years without your consent. Yeah.
Could you kindly expound on what medical misogyny is for anybody who might not know what that is?
Medical misogyny is basically when women are undermined in the medical field. Like, technically, I go in as a patient, as a woman, and I explain especially for gynecology services, most gynecologists are men. So you go and explain, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And the best thing a doctor could tell you is just get pregnant and this will disappear. Or they come and tell you, this one, we'll just have to give you contraceptives. They are not actually treating the problem. And then there was even a discourse on Twitter when a Kenyan doctor actually went and said on Twitter, an idle uterus is a home for fibroids. If you don't want to listen to this, muneza enda maandamano. You see, that was like such a comment, and literally it's from a doctor. So women had to be like, no, we have to report, we have to do this. And we saw other male doctors coming and supporting that. Like someone would come and say, you know, we learn medical school, you learn for 7 years, not 5 minutes on ChatGPT. And my question would be, we're seeing people finding cure for cancer. People are working to find cure for cancer. Okay. Medicine was rooted in the patriarchy. We only had male doctors in the past. Now that that research was done by those male doctors, why is it that now you guys who are in that space, why don't you want to put in more research to help women? You're still using the same things from the 1800s. Even the device that they use to check, it's the metal tool that was used in the 1800s, and that thing is very painful. But they do not want to innovate. They're like, that's what we learned in medical school, and we're not going to do anything about it. So what are we talking about here? Yeah.
Marion, you know, this is a $2.5 billion US initiative. So they've really invested in the in the mispopulation, if I could use that, of Africa.
I think my first question is usually, what's the obsession with controlling population in Africa? Laws are very strict. So the question is, what are our leaders doing? And in this case, I want to mulika specifically female leaders, legislatures. What is their role? Yeah, before even they come, the KMPDUs, all those medical, medical boards and whatevers. I'm just wondering, what kind of conversations do they have before coming together with government and deciding we are going to sign this? Also, is it an issue of desperation for money over people's wellness and, and health, particularly women? And it really breaks my heart. And I was having a conversation with someone, and I was saying, you guys, you think this contraceptive thing is about grown women? No. It's not about grown women. They are going to tell teenagers, you can now, instead of not having sex, you want to have sex and not get pregnant, get these contraceptives. And guess what? You're a 20-year-old. You're having contraceptives for 8 years. You don't know the side effects. You already know women, and we have data. Women who've taken contraceptives and never ever given birth because of the effects of contraceptives. Like she said, personally, I have a very different opinion on contraceptives. If you have the freedom to take it and you must take it, good for you. But I have seen the repercussions of how bad it is hormonally, and I'm glad you mentioned it. And a male doctor will easily tell you, get pregnant, get a child. Do what? I think I started lose weight. I started taking contraceptives in high school, guys, because I was having hormonal imbalance, and the treatment was that contraceptive, yeah. But then it's until I grew up and I got a doctor who helped me manage my hormones without using contraceptives. So and remember, I was a high school child. So what choice does a high school girl have? What do you know, really? Yeah. And as soon as you are put on those things, your hormones destabilize entirely. Yet it's something that could be treated without complications. Yeah. So I feel, for me, like it's a very painful thing to think about, particularly for our young girls, because while you want to talk about pro-choice, I don't think they're being given a choice. They're not being given a choice because they don't know about contraceptives. Even as grown women, we still ask ourselves, do I do IUD? Do I do Sijui? Which one is good for me?
Yes.
So what would say a teenager whose mother is scared of having a pregnant child know about contraception?
Correct. Yeah.
So and I'm wondering, sometimes I wonder, when these things happen, where are NGOs that work around sexual and reproductive health? Where the feminists, at what point are you a feminist and at what point are you not? Because these are the critical issues we should be talking about. Do we just center our feminism around men, or do we actually center our feminism around real issues that affect women? Like, this is a real issue. I'd expect to see maybe people who work around sexual and reproductive health petition, fight for it, Nini. But I'm sure again, it's very controversial because also when you talk to people who work around this space, they are very pro contraceptives, irrespective of whether they are good or bad for young girls. And I feel like that being blindsided makes us just feel like it's good, it's good. And maybe the burden that being pregnant at a younger age brings to families and other people makes it easy for you to say contraception is easy. But what is the larger or the longer side effects? We don't know whether it's cancer. We don't know whether it's high blood pressure. In fact, even blindness, it could even barrenness, it could even bring more health burden to the country. And we are thinking we are trying to to bring a quick fix. So I don't think it's a good thing for our country. And on this, I think people who work on sexual and reproductive health should really come out and tell us, is this really objective? What is this about? Is it about money? Is this really good for our young girls? Because us grown women will make a decision, but the young girls in campus who want to jump from one boyfriend to another, which is okay at their age because that's their choice, but then at what expense? 8 years is a long time. It's a long time. A very long time.
And it's such a deflection from the real issues. For example, these girls that you're trying to give contraceptives to, can they afford maybe sanitary towels? You know, even basic. Let's just basic. Can you fund? Those are the real African issues. Our issue is not population. Kenya is not busting at the seams. Please, we are just 55 million. So, that's a good place to take another quick break. Let's take a quick breather. When we come back, we continue with what has been making rounds along social media. But again, remember, you can engage us. And by the way, you can call us in and text us live. Our line is 0748379231. Engage us. We would love to hear from you. Engage us in the comments as well. Tell us how you're finding the show. When we come back, we will talk some more. Do keep it the Power Puff Girls special edition of the Power Up Show. See you in a bit.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Sitting at the corner, me and Susie know. We ain't got no worries, we are looking like the owners. Sipping on Coronas, looking at the phone. All them pretty boys come and tell us how they want. Mambo ni kungoja, haki utangoja. Sinaga my time, taku waiting na be order. Planning how we want, take over the walks. Riding on the drums and the clap and the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. I'm in at the corner, me and Susie know. We ain't got no money, but we do it how we wanna. Minting our nails, checking our mails. All them pretty boys wanna have us, but they fail. Kim Tangoya, Leon Tangoya, Sai to coax, Kunaka Zavioya. Running how we want to, take over the walls. Riding on the drum and the clap, while the bass goes boom. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. Shake it down like that. We tell you, simmer. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Now your wife, your waist, comme ça. And now you screw your face, comme ça. Exaggerate the waist, comme ça. Resuscitate the place, comme ça. Pawa le waka 50-50, comme si, comme ça. Now I le waka 50 PSC, comme ça. Tuko tu, so mdogo yani, comme ça. Hallelujah, what you may even desire, comme ça. If you really know it and you really wanna show it, be the way to go. Go and grab somebody, move your body, show somebody, be the way to go. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. All this I know, all this I know, all this I know. Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Alrighty, that is the very beautiful and talented Muthoni, the drama queen, MDQ, as we like to call her, with Susie Noma. It's playing right here on Power Radio. This is the Powerpuff Girls special edition of the Power Rap Show, live and direct on Power Radio. We are still having some good times here with Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup. We've still not yet decided who is who. At the end of this show, perhaps we will have figured out who gets
Perhaps we should ask our viewers who
Yeah.
is Buttercup's, Bubbles, and
Actually, I like that. And speaking of our viewers, shout out to NMN. Anasema playing akode in tandem with her request is totally a fine touch. You know, she's the boss lady. She calls herself the boss lady. So we got to do what we got to do, you know. All right, so let's move on. Now, the next story, it's kind of tied to what Marion was said previously. She was asking, where are our female leaders? What are they doing when some of this, I guess, like for example, now the Bill Gates contraceptive being introduced. So something is happening along those fronts. And a week ago or so, young Kenyans went ahead to petition for the impeachment and the recalling of Nairobi women rep. Njeri ashachoka. Esther Passaris. Nianze huko. Mbona umetoka mapema hivyo? Umetoka mapema? So yeah, some of them, so the recall petition or some of the things that they were, putting across as why she deserves a recalling is undermining peaceful protests and public participation. You remember that she was pushing for that. What was it called? There's a
the bill that was supposed to restrain people from getting around.
Yes. And then we also have aligning with executive overreach, things like failing to represent Nairobi women during police brutality. Again, remember even the sexual assault that happened to women protesters. Up to today, I have not had any statement, by the way, or anything about it. There's none. Yes, there's none. Spreading disinformation as well and refusing to disclose how NGAF funds have been used. Marion, Esther Passari's home, deal, no deal? Does she gotta go?
Yeah, I hope she would have gone.
By now.
Again, I mean, you saw all the IBC. So
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
It's okay.
I hope she would have gone because I feel like Esther has been in the middle of a lot of things that are not not accountable for a lot of things, silent about. Even remember the time that we were having the femicide march. You remember she was under attack again.
Yes.
And of late on Twitter, I've just seen like she's. I'm not like advocating for it, but hey, anakuwa napigana na Shiro Muriuki. It's usually so bad and people are so against how she handles things, and particularly for me, even objectively, as a female leader, it's how you represent issues, not just for the rest of the citizens, but also just prioritizing issues that women are facing in this country. She should have gone, but unfortunately you heard what IBC said, that the law around recalling the MP, I think there's a need for harmonization. And we were even talking with some of my colleagues, and we were saying we actually need to look at those laws. If harmonization is the issue, they need to be harmonized. Very fast. Because then there are barriers for us to even hold our leaders accountable. Why is it so difficult for us to be able to recall an MP? They are referring us back to a ruling that was done, I think, in 2017. So I feel like she gotta go.
She gotta go?
Yeah.
Kimberly, she gotta go?
When did we start giving women reps 2 terms? Because the last time I checked, it's an affirmative action seat. You get it for 1 term, you leave, so that someone else, you go to another seat, and then someone else should come and get that seat, because she's too comfortable. I can just say it. She's too comfortable. She's not representing any constituency. So for her, she's just there being pretty. And it's good to be pretty, but at least, please, can we feel you? Can you just show us where you stand? Because again, I feel she's very fluid. She chooses when she wants to stand. She chooses when, she was only mistake was, why is she getting 2 terms? She does not deserve to even get into this 2nd term in office. Another thing, Esther Passari's, for me, she's so performative. Same as all the leaders in that parliament. They're very performative. We are not calling you to give us a performance. Can you just do your work? Because again, I think also, what are the roles of our women rep as well? Because sometimes we want to impeach, but then can we impeach her on the grounds of what is your role as a women representative? What do you need to do? Another thing, the NGAF. In fact, NGAF needs to be removed from the hands of those parliamentarians. If we want to help, let them give a petition, or let them give something like the way we do in organizations, give the program and the budget to be funded there directly, not you getting that money and now you feel so entitled. Because I remember even in the femicide march when guys told her, yo, you need to go, and then she came on Twitter, said how she's the one who bought the shirts, she's the one who gave the water, and I'm like, as if it's not our tax, as if sorry, out of pocket, that's our money. You are a women representative. If you are hosting a protest, you're supposed to protect us. Then the 2nd femicide march happens, we were tear gassed, and still no communication about it. Femicide is still an issue. She's not talking about it. I would feel like if you are a woman representative and you're seeing the work that Njeri Wamwigu is doing, there's no time for charity. Njeri Wamwigu's initiative should be part of county plans. Yeah, because now you want to give charity and say, oh, let's recognize her. No, she should be part of county plans, because we cannot claim, oh, we are developed, Nairobi is developing, while a particular majority of people are still being oppressed. Then what development are we doing? Because those roads mean nothing. If the very next day we'll find a woman dead on that road, it means nothing. Yeah. So she needs to go.
She gotta go.
You said it. I think for me, she gotta go. And Kimberly very well put it. She's a pretty face. And she moves like that's all she has to offer. I would have expected that she would use that office to advance the rights of women, to advance the place of women in this country, to give women voice, to platform women's issues, to stop gender-based violence, or at least to be seen, to be moving with organizations and individuals who are trying to champion for all of that. But I think what we've seen, like Marion said, she wants to be correct. She doesn't want to sound like she's against. And she tries, I feel like she really struggles to sound like she is for the people. She's like, oh my God, I gotta do this. And then she goes and says something that hopefully appeases the people. But she doesn't really represent the women. But she very firmly represents the executive. She defends their decisions, she defends their positions, she defends everything they say, and she does not represent the issues of the women. I think the other thing is she doesn't seem to know what, like you said, what is the role of the women's women reps. She is not a women's rep. She's just in office to pacify and to fill that position, so that when you look at the panel like this, you're like, oh, this is a woman. Otherwise, she does not do anything for the women. And she needs to declare, or at least she needs to be seen to be advancing women's issues at some point. It's not about, just sanitary towels. It is not about... It is not
supposed to be, because she's a legislature, basically.
Also, she's not even necessarily doing that. But
it's supposed to be the one when the county is doing budget. You need to be there. And speak for where is the budget for women in this?
For protection, for all of that. So she has failed. So for me, I think she needs to go, and we need to find somebody who we can work with. Because I think Kenyans need somebody they can work with, not somebody to just work for them. And I think this time that we are in 2025, and Gen Zs have very well stated it, we need somebody who we can work with. Not somebody who's working for us or pretending to, because people are ready to fold their sleeves and do the job. You've seen Gen Z saying they don't want to be sent away to work in other countries and in other countries. We want to grow this nation. So if we have leaders that are willing to work with the people and not cause that divide like she's on the other side, government needs to come closer to the people, and that position, women are more than 50% of this population.
That's right.
So she holds a very key strategic position of leadership. And she's not serving the people that she's supposedly representing. So I think she needs to go.
So anyway, the petition is going to be heard over the next 30 days at the IEBC. Let's wait and see whether that motion is going to pass.
But stop electing women representatives twice. It's for one
term. It's only for one term.
Also elect people who understand what they are going to do in their role.
Right.
Because already I'm seeing the conversation on Twitter. Sandra wants to buy for women rep.
Who?
Aoko.
Mavericks. Should we just scrape off this whole women rep position? I mean, I know it's unconstitutional.
That's a whole other conversation.
Yes, it is, but they're always the problem, to be honest.
But it's because the positions, like she said, they look like flower girl positions. As opposed to very serious legislative positions, because they are in parliament. They have a role of doing oversight, legislation, and all those things. But that's not what they do.
So Maverick Aoko wants to run for...
she has declared.
Oh my God.
And it's so bad, even when the budget was being read by who's the CS, John Mbadi. When he was reading the budget, you could see male parliamentarians asking, where's the money for this, where's the money for that? But I watched that whole thing. I could not see a woman asking, "Where's the money for women?"
This is true.
Or a young a youth asking, "Where's money for youth?" Like you said, we are going to have sijui kazi kwa vijana. Where's the budget allocation for kazi kwa vijana? Where's the budget allocation for women? Like none of them could speak about that, and especially for women, none of them could speak on where is the budget specifically for this about women. Where is the budget for Sha on Linda Mama? They don't speak on that.
47. 47
Imagine.
plus. That is just the women reps.
Plus the MPs.
So plus the MPs
plus
together.
the nominated
And their people.
But nobody's asking for anything about that is concerning women in the budget.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work, guys. Anyway, that ends us on our segment about social media, hot takes, hot topics. And now we are going to get into the second hour where we shall be discussing the very jarring BBC documentary or expose, as you can call it, that really exposed the child sex trafficking that has been happening right under our nose at Maimahio. And of course, we are going to be speaking to the Njeri Mwangi. First of all, she was the one who was doing this documentary, of course, with her team at the BBC. And so we are going to unpack what has happened before, during, and after the BBC documentary. So stick around with us, and we will see you after this short music break. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Pawa Radio.
Forgiven, your word of promise to me, despite my actions inconsistent. Arrested, guilty, but you refresh my homepage connection. Now I'll never be the same. If freedom is my chance to live, freedom's a chance to forgive. I'm gonna let it go. Release the inside pain. Been going round in circles. I need to find a way out. But why, oh Lord, am I in doubt?
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your only station, Power Radio.
Sikubebanga sweta, kumbe hukuwedhani ngori. But I'ma call you later, tell you all about it. Nina mismo tura, smoky pasua, avocado ya group of schools. Cause it tastes different out here, and I miss you when you're not here. Mimi ni koma juu, lying, grinding. Tell you when I come through. Oh na 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 na, oh na na. Mimi ni koma juu, flying, grinding. Tell you when I come through. Oh na 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 na, oh na na. Yeah, yeah. Atini juicy pendi bagi mecha nimetumwa na watu wengi. To my lover and my sons, I'll be home soon. Nina miss tukilala in the afternoon. After church tukipiti ya Kikuyu. Can't wait to come home and hold you. Mimi niko majuu, flying, grinding. Tell you when I come through. Oh na 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 na, oh na na. Mimi niko majuu, flying, grinding. Tell you when I come through. Oh na 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 na, oh na na. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you every day I'm away. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. You're still tuning in to the Power Rap Powerpuff Girls Special Edition, right here on Power Radio. I am Wanyoike. I'm still here with Njeri, Mwangi, Sandra, Kimberly, and Marion Ngayi. And now, as promised, we want to get into a very heavy part of our discussions today. We are going to be talking about madams. I think viewer discretion or something like that, because at this point we are really going to get into it, because I was telling Njeri before, I think last week, that when I was watching it with 3 of my friends, we literally had to pause that thing and cried, all of us. Yeah, like you've done such an incredible piece of story there. But for anybody who might not know what madams is, we will definitely get into that. But to just kind of set the precedence of this conversation, let me hear the initial reactions when we'll get to Njeri. Marion, I'll start with you. What was your initial reaction when you watched Madams?
First of all, I was very scared to watch it. I watched it yesterday because of this show.
Yeah. Wow.
You had to.
I saw it on, I think, on socials and just snippets of it. And I think for me, anything to do with girls, young girls or children that I know I don't have the power to undo is very painful. Yeah. So when I watched it yesterday, I was just like, this country is doomed, honestly. And it's so sad that injustices don't move us anymore. Because I asked myself, this story is so heartbreaking. Yet, when I went on Twitter, it wasn't trending. No one was talking about it. But I also asked myself, the blame game, especially from the government, around the story is so nonsensical. Yeah. Because, there were even young girls who have been rescued. Yeah, they are living in a safe house, but you are still looking for what? A 2-year-old to come and confess? Or a 15-year-old? Yeah. So I found the reasoning around it, especially the reaction from the government, it was very dismissive. It was very dismissive, but also out of touch with reality of what people go through in real life. But my heart broke so much for these young girls because I think the first thing I said is anytime we deny or dismiss injustice is enabling injustice for a longer period. Because guess what? That documentary was supposed to help these girls get out of that cage. Right. For some reason, probably like maybe ikitoka. Yeah. Nakumbuka hawana simu wakifanya hizo vitu because I saw their phones are taken away. Yes. So they probably don't even have the voice to come and say it's true. So they are just like seated in that corridor, dark corridor, hoping that one day somebody will come and oust this and we'll be out of there. Then when the light is just about to shine, somebody just shuts the light on their face. Yeah. And guess what? Now they are stuck there. They are stuck in that life. They don't have a future. Their destiny has been grabbed from them. They can't go to school. They can't do so many things that us guys can do literally. Their dreams, do they even have dreams? Because when you're in that space, how do you afford to dream? What are you dreaming about? Yeah. So it was very, very heartbreaking. But at least I watched it. And I'm here for it. Yeah. Sure.
Kimberly, initial reactions when you watched Madam's, the exposing Kenya's child sex trade, BBC exposing.
Well, for me, I watched it like 3 times. Because I think I had shared with you, and I did like a paper for school. Yes. For me, it was just like, Yeah. I just wanted an A. I wanted to be different.
For the grades, yeah.
And I was reading a lot because there are so many reports. The UN has a report. So, but then now, seeing this is actual people. Like I'm not reading. These are actual young girls. And I could not only see the moral failure, because again, someone who is very passionate about development and democracy, I just saw it as a governance failure. Because these are kids who are supposed to be in school, but they can't go to school. Correct. Because again, how free is free primary education in our country? Because we saw there was a time where schools were safe spaces for children. Like there were stories where if a girl is about to be married off, they would run to their chief and the chief would put them in school. But now our governance has just gone down the drain. It's so bad that these children cannot even run to a public school and talk to a principal and tell the principal, let me just stay in school. Because again, we've seen for you to go to a public school, you have to bribe a principal. That was the story that was going around. And again, where is our social fabric as a society? Because even where those girls were kept, it's a plot, an apartment like any other. So are there no neighbors who just see like there's something not happening well here? Why are these girls not going to school? Why is it that they are always in the house? They have restricted movement. So I think we've gotten to a point where our governance has failed us to a point where it's every man for himself. Like me, I'm just focused on surviving this economy. Whatever is happening in my neighbor's house is none of my business. As a girl who, I'm very young and I'm seeing that I had the privilege to go to school. I have parents. But again, these are girls who, even if they said yes, they want to do this work, they did not choose. It was designed for them to say yes, because they had no other option. They had nowhere else to go. They just had to do this work. So for me, I've seen online our moral, we have failed morally. Like there's a lot of discourse on pedophilia online, like young girls being groomed. You can't even post your child on social media now. There's always going to be a pedophile grooming that child. But then now, looking at it from this point, it's just a governance failure. And the reaction from the government just confirmed it.
Right.
They have failed. They have completely failed to help these girls to go back to school or to even mitigate it. And again, when you still want to sugarcoat an injustice, you cannot prevent this from happening, because until justice happens for these girls, we are not preventing anything. Yeah.
Wow. And before I let Njeri comment, because, you know, she was the one who did this documentary, it's a lot of questions that we have for her. I want us to listen into some of the reactions from different organs of society, including the CS Interior Murkomen. We also had, we also have a clip from John Mutudho on the same expose as well. And then we also have something from the governor of Nakuru County, which, you know, Mahiu is within the Nakuru County. Let's listen into these different statements, and then we will come back and discuss just what this could portend for the expose, the justice for the girls, and what steps need to be taken after this. So let's listen in. We'll be right back.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
We are deaf. We are hearing because we are blind to the obvious. When Nakuru people went for polls 2022, everybody had a sigh of relief that the so-called Nakuru girls would make this the softest place and most habitable anyone could dream of stay in the Republic of Kenya. Now, we are hearing stories. We are hearing because we are deaf. We are hearing because we are blind to the obvious facts. From as early as 1975, there were cases reported, and they are serious cases. But just for the sake of the government, under President Ruto, I would like to invite him to Salga. And at Salga, so now that you people don't know, let me tell you, so that you know and you can go and find out. There is a boarding and lodging to the right, just to the turn off to the old Catholic school somewhere there. Prostitution is conducted in the open. They use a candle to measure the duration of the service. So a candle, which is normally maybe, let's say about 4 or 5 inches, is cut into small pieces, and the poor girls just lit it on, and when it's off, you're off. The charges range from anything from 20 shillings to 1,000 shillings. The same, I want to inform them and invite them to Kaptembwa, specifically around White Rock and Penya Bar around there. Our girls, 17 years old, up to around, say, 45, are offering their services at 20 shillings. 20 shillings.
All right, that's the reactions from Mutudho there, you know, saying that child trafficking, the trade has been with us since 1975. And later on of the video, he was also able to say that if nobody takes it up, he will take it up upon himself to go around the towns and even exposing police officers that he knows personally that are clients. Yes, if he survives, that are clients, you know. So, Njeri, let's come to you. I mean, first of all, what daunting, being the one that was able to go this, you know, do this story, narrate it, interact with the girls. I saw you being so immersed in the story when you were having the conversations with the girls. I mean, how was it for you being in the heart of the moment?
Yeah, this is quite heavy.
It is, yeah.
When I heard about this story, I thought about my daughter. My daughter is 14.
Ooh.
it still fills me with such deep emotion. Because my 14-year-old daughter, when I was seated on that table, there was these 4 girls. And when I first started talking to the first girl, when she told me about her ordeal, I listened to her. And the struggle and the pain and everything that she had gone through, they were all running away from something. And Marion, when you said, what can they dream of? What are their dreams? They were dreaming of a meal, food on the table. They were dreaming of a future without FGM.
Yeah.
They were dreaming of getting away from the claws of family that were abusing them. And this is why these girls are running away from home at a very young age, right? And that is their dream. That's as far as the dream goes. Now, when you think about your dreams, what were your dreams when you were 13, 14? Those dreams are not there for those girls. And when they were talking, I could just see my daughter, you know? And I was seeing my daughter, I was hearing my daughter.
Yeah.
And feeling how removed and how robbed of this girl's future. And at the time I'm talking to them, fortunately, they're of age. So they're 18 and above. And they have come out of this, they have crawled out of this, they have survived all this abuse. And now there is hope. There's some light at the end of the tunnel. There is another life. I can be something, I can do something, right? So it was very difficult, very, very difficult to see that their childhood was robbed from them. And I can't even be sorry enough. I can't give them back what they lost. I can't even promise them of a brighter future.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But for me, I think what struck me is how brave they were to recount what they have lived through and what they have survived.
Yeah. And, the reactions from various government organs was very disheartening. One, because it was a deflection. Like, I remember watching CS Murkomen saying that this story should be, taken by a pinch of salt because the actors, they said they were paid actors, it was fake, it was choreographed. None of those, the subjects rather were real, that they were not underage, And then later on his speech, he continues further again, taking away from the story, taking away from the heart of the matter, saying that, deflecting the story and saying that we even have human rights. He started immediately talking about it's not just children that are trafficked, we also have human trafficking. So when you look at all these missing pieces, we also had the county commissioner of Nakuru, Mr. Kibara, saying that this documentary was aimed at tarnishing the image of the government. I mean, come on, seriously. Does this? I wonder what that does to you as the storyteller, and even remembering you living through that moment when you were meeting these girls, telling their stories as well. I wonder where that places you, places them as well, places their story as well.
On top of those two responses, even the Speaker of the National Assembly made snide comments about it and dismissed this investigative piece. And let me say, this is not about me. I am a professional.
Yes.
I am a Kenyan mother.
Yes.
I have a daughter of that age. So this is not about Njeri. This is not between Murkomen and Njeri. So let's not even give him that time.
We decenter him.
Let's decenter that.
Yeah.
And myself as well. This story is about young girls. It's about our children being exploited. It's about poverty in this country. It's not isolated to Kenya. It was a look in the mirror. What can we do better? Because it is happening, even by their own admissions. It is happening, right? From as tender age as 12. Mutudo says up to 45 even. But sometimes it's not an option. I think one of you said it. It's not an option. It's all you've got. It's all you can do. It's all you know. It's the only way out of what seems like a bad situation. And for children, it seems like you're coming from a bad situation, you're moving into something better, but you don't even know what you're moving into.
Correct, yeah.
But then it reminds me even of the story of the Bible, where this woman is to be stoned because she's sleeping with somebody, because of adultery. And people are ready to stone her.
Yes.
But then Jesus says, wait up. Who among you is without sin?
Exactly.
But more importantly, who was she sleeping with? We are ready to stone the victim all the time. And in this case, in this story, the victims here are children.
Yes.
So for me, what is disheartening is that the government would take that position. Instead of say, oh my God,
the first thing
this
should
is
be protecting.
horrible.
Yeah, their children. Yeah.
This is horrible. It's not a PR thing.
Yes.
Sex trade is not isolated to Kenya. It's not a thing that is only happening in Kenya. It's happening around the world. But in Kenya, if you're going to deny that this is happening, then you disenfranchise, you disempower, you enable the predators. You give them that, they can do it. After all, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
So predators, it has emboldened them. It has disheartened even the likes of Njeri with all the cases that are in court. We recently had the president pardon pedophiles.
Yeah.
7 pedophiles were they.
Yes.
He pardoned pedophiles.
Yes.
So what does that say to predators? What does that say to the women and children of this country? We are so much at risk that we have these people walking around us with such confidence that nothing is going to happen to them.
Yeah. Because nothing ever happens.
Because nothing ever happens. Also, the leaders have said it is not true.
Yeah.
But I think what was really heartbreaking beyond, hearing their stories itself was very heartbreaking. But hearing the CS dismiss the lived accounts of children, I think for me that's what broke me the most. And that's what makes me feel really bad. And then he further goes on ahead to say that they're hunting for the journalist. The government knows where I live.
Yeah. No, quite literally.
They've been to my home several times.
Yes.
The government knows where I work. I have a phone. We know that we are all tracked using our lines.
Yeah.
Right? They can pin you. We've seen them get people who are even in hiding.
Yes.
So you can't say that you're hunting for the journalist.
You're not hiding.
We're not hiding. We've not run away. We are on radio. We are on TV. You see us all the time. We are in this Nairobi. You know where we are.
Yeah.
So don't lie to the nation that you're looking for us. We have not been summoned. I have not been asked any questions. So it is not fair that you turn this to be Njeri versus Murkomen thing or Njeri versus the government thing.
Yeah.
And you refuse to admit that this is happening to the children of Kenya.
Yes.
And you refuse to provide protection and security because still Nyambura is on the loose, because Cheptoo is still on the loose. Either they are feeding into a higher hierarchy.
Got it, yeah.
And so you're keen to protect them and everybody that is in that chain, or that is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Kimberly?
I think for me, Murkomen's statement for me just affirmed everything. When I say governance has failed, and in a democracy, there's no way a democracy can work if the smallest group cannot be protected. The smallest among us cannot be protected. There's no way we can call ourselves a democratic society because we have failed. And the dismissing aspect of calling them actors, what are you trying to communicate to that girl who ran away and got saved from that? What are you trying to communicate to them? That, you guys are just actors. Like, what are you saying? Anyone under 18 cannot consent to anything. They cannot consent to anything. They cannot. So whether they did with consent, whether they did without consent, the law says they cannot consent to anything. So I like to say that we have a government of PR, a lot of PR. Like, it's manage the situation, because that's what he was doing. The people saw the BBC clip. Obviously, they got to see it, and then now it's like, no, we need to manage this situation. And it's just a reflection they're seeing the reflection of their failures because they have failed these children. They're the ones who have failed these children. And I keep on saying the day parliamentarians will start debating as parents and not politicians, we will have a better country. The day Murkomen will stand and give a speech as a father, not a politician, then these things will not be something that they easily dismiss. Because as Njeri is saying, she could see her daughter. She could hear her daughter talking. But we have this PRness of parliamentarians saying, our children, but are you actually a father? Are you actually a mother? Why are you so comfortable to say, yeah, these things are happening, there is anti-trafficking unit, but we are not seeing you working. We are not seeing you putting in the work to actually end this thing because you are comfortable in your office and you're there to say, you know what, I am a political appointee, because all of those executive position holders are political appointees. So I did not expect anything else. For me, I did not expect anything else. I was not shocked because again, they debate like politicians. They do not debate like parents who have actual kids. And it's so disheartening that even the cabinet secretary of gender, she didn't say anything. Because this is your docket. You have to speak. You have to speak on it. You have to say something about it. I have not seen even the Child Protection Service in Nakuru talking about this. They are not saying anything. And by them not saying anything just affirms that they have completely failed, because they have enabled this thing to grow to what it is right now. You've been feeding this monster. Now you have no way of controlling it. And now you're looking back at the citizens. And lastly, the government needs to understand protecting children is not an option. It is not an option.
It's a mandate.
It is something that is in the constitution. You have to protect children. And the sovereignty of a nation can only be measured with how you protect your children. Because even if Kenya is at war right now, how we protect our children will determine if we'll be the losing nation. We have seen what is happening in Gaza, and the main thing that the government is doing is protecting the children, helping the children, looking for refuge for the children. We've seen them writing petitions to countries like Egypt, just take children, leave us to stay here. So as much as Kenya, we want to sit on our pedestal and say we are a sovereign nation, we are not a sovereign nation if our children, the future is already caged. We cannot say we are sovereign, and the government cannot speak on sovereignty. They've lost that right.
Marion?
If I think around everything in this country, I've come to the conclusion that we truly hate our women and children because we don't stand for them, even when we need to. We don't take enough time to analyze critically situations surrounding women, whether it's femicide, sexual abuse, gender-based violence, and say these are the actual issues, and we need to allocate resources to protect them. Because my question was, who is behind this? Because I believe the Chepto and the other lady might just be Nyambura, might just be faces of this business, because this is a whole business actually. I asked myself, is it another Epstein case? Is it rich men who go and benefit from these brothels that are run by these women, but then it's children? But then I also asked myself, on a personal level, why do men behave like this? Because as a man, even if you are given a child, don't you just think as a parent, like she has said, this could be my daughter, it could be my son. How is it so easy for you to exploit another person's young girl, have sex with them, rape them even, infect them with diseases and walk scot-free and go? And it just brings us to the realization that as a society, we also have an issue. It's a moral issue, because like she said, even where that thing is being run, and I understand there's the issue of maybe people are scared or whatever, but if we all come out and talk about this issue, you want to tell me all those policemen will come for all of us? Why are we giving baby the burden to fight for this committee. And it's so bad for her that she's even scared. But I also ask myself, where is the child protection unit that is supposed to rescue these children? Because I had baby said, now USAID is gone. She doesn't know how she's going to survive. I am not sure whether Nakuru County has allocated sufficient budget and are safeguarding to protect the rights of these children and young women who are being exploited. So it's a very bad situation to think around. And in this case, my conclusion is that the law has failed us. And the law keeps failing us several times because even our own leaders use the law as a bouncing ball. It bounces down the chair and you are off it. So yes, we have the law, but sometimes it looks like it won't help you. Even if these children went to the police station, just like we see in movies, probably they won't be helped. Because if the people around that area, the policemen, are part of the people who are being paid, so where will they report, even if they were to report? We've had a lot of cases of sexual assault being reported, and even you are laughed at. Yeah, they are not genderless. Yeah, and where they are, you are laughed at, you are being mocked. Unaulizwa tuonyeshe alifanya aje. You know such kind of comments. Yes. So my question is, when will these girls get justice? And to our leaders, do they, I look at Murkomen, and I was telling guys the other day, Murkomen used to be a brilliant lawyer. He used to be in the squad of Kina Babu and Kina Sifuna, and they used to really push for good policies in parliament. You mean to tell me politics makes you that numb and maybe dumb, if you want to say it? Because he's very blind to the realities. But another question is that who are these people that we elect in parliament? Because it seems like they are very disconnected with the real issues on the ground. Yes. Even there was I think a female politician who spoke in parliament during that conversation, and I don't think she really even tried to. I asked myself, even as a woman, okay, besides being a politician, you couldn't even think as a mom. Like put
even for yourself.
Even for yourself. It could be you actually. When you're stripped those powers as a parliamentarian and you're a normal citizen, you could be the one who's in that situation. So I asked myself, they couldn't even question the women in parliament. In fact, it's just men who spoke then. I think there were 2 women, and they didn't even say something that was very. It wasn't even about defending the whole situation. Yeah. But also, we cannot dismiss the role of media. Because the role of media is to amplify, educate, create awareness, and also bring injustices to light. So even as the journalist who was in charge of that, who was part of that documentary, they were just doing their work. Then their work is what they did. It's now the work of the government and other, institutions to come together and decide how are we going to take up this case. Do proper investigation. Avoid these PR things, because in real life, there are young girls who are suffering. And it's so sad. We've worked in Kiamaiko as Pawa and Githurai. And these vitu ziko hata huko Kiamaiko. Wacha hata na huko Mahima. These things are here. Yeah. Young girls being raped, being sexually, being sold. And there's even a lady we work with in Kiamaiko. That's what she does. She rescues girls. So when we keep on denying these things, as leaders, we enable them. We're not solving a problem. Also, we are just trying. It's like we are killing the law. We are taking the power of the law, because now we can't even use the law, because you just say no. This is not the case. You've already dismissed the situation. So it's very heartbreaking, and I feel at this point, female leaders need to come out. I have not seen any feminist organization speak around it, and I was even telling, we were saying yesterday, give Njeri a break. She has carried the burden of societies by her own. And no one's, she doesn't even get funding. It's funny, even in the development world, she's not among the most funded people. She depends on crowdfunding to do the work that she does. So, and where are other organizations that work around child protection? I haven't heard anything around that.
That are well funded.
In the millions and billions of shillings. Njeri is not funded as much. So also, again, we go back to the question of, what is our feminism about? What is our women empowerment about? What is human rights about? Yeah, so we need to decenter it from things that are far from human rights and actually center it around actual things.
Right.
Yeah, and for me, if we're able to do more investigation around that, I think it would be a very great thing. That we have actual reports. Let's do petitions. That we want to see we want to see action. Let's refuse what the Murkomen is saying. We refuse to believe. Because this is a reality of some girl somewhere. Yes, I think those are my comments for now. And I just hope that people who work around this are able to speak out. I was even waiting for FIDA. Even the female lawyers.
Yeah. Really.
I mean, where are they?
Yeah.
I was waiting. You remember the case for that T guy? You remember? Yeah, people really rallied, and I when he vied for the KTDA seat and he got it, people really came to the front and ensured. Where are those people? Because now it's the same case. It's around a sexual assault still. Why are we quiet around it? It's very disheartening. It is. And I just feel so defeated. Especially because you can't do much, but we can do something about it.
And Kenya ratified the Sexual Offences Act in 2006. So far, I don't think there's anything that has been done because, as you're saying, there's so many cases of these sexual offences against minors. And I want to read a few comments here, perhaps a question from NMN. Thank you so much for tuning in. She's saying, or he's saying, I don't know whether it's a she or he, the Kenyan Interior Minister is a mysterious person. Truly, truly. Anasema pia Kindiki faced with a scandal of near similar gravity at Shakahola, and he mishandled the investigation. Justice was thwarted, and the perpetrators got emboldened, and now a new starvation cult has arisen. It's the same stories in this country. Somebody saying that get to think that they are beyond the reach of retributive justice. Yeah, so even as we circle back about this issue of justice, is there really justice? Like, what does that justice look like? How do you even take away sexual assault? That cannot be reversed. I don't know. Yeah. What does justice look like?
Justice for me looks like the perpetrators are people that we know. Have you guys watched Law and Order?
Yes.
SVU unit. Yes. It's my comfort show for some weird reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just like watching it. I just I like the justice. Exactly. At the end of every episode, the perpetrator is caught.
And the investigation
is thorough to the dot, to the last shoe. That investigation is thorough. And I think for me, I like seeing things that give me hope. A bad situation, but then it has ended well. It has given me hope. Justice, for me, we have the best law in Kenya. Like, our laws are very direct. There's no black and white in the laws of Kenya, but there's black and white in enforcement. We do not want to enforce the law. We do not want to take it upon ourselves to enforce the law, because justice for me looks like those perpetrators need to be in prison. They need to be in prison. The moment that documentary was aired, there was supposed to be a crackdown in the whole of Mayu. A proper crackdown. Have everyone, the same way we are cracked down in town when you go for Mandamano, send everybody to Mayu. The way you're so easy to send horses in Kaunda Street, send those horses in Mayu. Crack down that whole syndicate, because it's a syndicate. It's not just about Nyambura. It's a whole syndicate. Crack it down, because the moment we talk about we have this law, we have that law, even if lawyers come and say we want these people arrested, and the people who need to do the arresting are sat comfortably, we are going to be in the same loop. We're going to be in the same loop. So for me, how the government should approach this, have a special unit for just that. Because it's a problem. Even Murkomen said, it is there. We have an anti-trafficking unit. Trafficking can be, human trafficking is not just about me. Organs, there's sex, there's work, there's labor, everything. But let us just focus on child sex trafficking. Get those perpetrators, at this point, guilty when you're found. There's nothing about you need to be proven guilty.
No.
put them in prison, let them argue their case while they're in that prison. Because it's very disheartening that we're not seeing any crackdowns happening. Because I look at organized crime as something that morphs. It's like a virus. It just morphs into something different. If you do not cure it in time, they morph into something different. Like right now, they have TVs, they've seen. So now they're reorganizing themselves. And I bet if we go there now, they are no longer there. They have already gone somewhere else. And those girls are still in that transit. So why are we delaying to just go? Okay, you think it's hoaxed. Then go find out that it's hoaxed. Why do you have to come and say it on live television? You're enabling, you're giving these people the chance to continue walking scot-free. The moment as I watch Law and Order, when you see those victims seeing the person who abused them going to prison, it's a sense of relief to them because they now know this person can never hurt me. That's when healing starts. Because healing does not start when you just rescued from it. They still have fears. They still think about that person is roaming around. So once they see this Nyambura being arrested, once they see this whole syndicate being brought down, they will now feel completely free. Because when you could listen to the girls Njeri was talking to, you could still sense they have some fear. They're still afraid to live as them because the same person who hurt them is still walking in the streets of Mayu. They're still driving those same trucks. They're still there. You will walk and see this is the person who actually abused me. And you can't do anything about it. In fact, they mock you. They're like, oh, you left. How many men is baby girl seeing up till today who abused her when she was young? She's still seeing them. And baby girl herself has not gotten the justice as old as she is. Put the perpetrators in prison. There's no conversation about it.
So I think for me, apart from just having the perpetrators being held accountable, we need to really look at this thing from a very wide lens. This is an issue of poverty. It's an issue of livelihood. It's an issue of human rights violation because these are children, they can't go to school. Even health-wise, I had one of them say, if they can't use protection, then that's just it. Yeah, they have to do it as is. So even violating their health rights as a minor, first of all, and even just as a human being, And so for me, yes, have the crackdown, have the perpetrators, go through the law. Let the law take its course. But most importantly, we have the Ministry for, I think, Social Protection, Child Protection, Youth Empowerment. We keep on coming with all these PR programs every
football.
Day. Yeah, the other day I saw even people will be given 50,000 CG from 70 wards. I asked myself, what is this about? But who gets this money? Yeah, if I compare our country with developed countries, and I believe these programs are not just meant for developed countries, why are we not intentional about earmarking resources for these programs? But we have resources to build a church, worth how many billions in State House? We have resources overly put aside, I think, for AI in the current budget in the name of technology, which is good. What are our issues? For me, justice for these girls, let them be free. Free to go to school, free to access healthcare, free to earn a livelihood. And most importantly, for those who are young girls, minors, can the government come up with programs? If they are there, can they do proper mapping? So the right people are benefiting from those programs. They're able to be given food, they're able to be taken care of. Because most of these people are orphans. It's not baby's role to do whatever. She's doing that on behalf of government. It's not Njeri Mwigi's role to have a safe house for these people. That is the role of government. So justice for me is very holistic. Let's solve this problem holistically. Poverty is what is putting some of these girls not to have an option, even if they wanted to leave. Then what options are we giving them? Right now, gava ingekuwa imeenda huko imewatoa, imewarescue, iwasaidie, put them in a safe house or whatever. Lastly, corruption will be the end of us in this country. Because the truth is, we know, we can see this in black and white. This is a corruption issue. Whoever this syndicate is or is, pesa imemwagwa. In as much as we can't prove it, we know this is what happens in our country.
Yes.
It's very common. So even as citizens, can we just look at ourselves sometimes internally as we head towards election? What kind of leaders are we choosing? Are they empathetic leaders? Are leaders who are going to serve the people? Yeah. Can we stop this politics of commercializing politics and having people going to make money out of political seats?
Yeah.
Can we look at our leadership system in-depthly and ask ourselves, where did it start beating us? Because it's bad. While it looks like this is about a sexual assault and issue, like she said, this is a governance issue, and it is bad, and we have to have this conversation. We have to solve it. But in the meantime, let's do what can be done at that level. Yeah.
Njeri, as a journalist, why do you think there is reporting of these issues?
I think the reason is underreporting, and both of you have alluded to it, the issue of poverty. Either if you report, you're taking away somebody's livelihood, the only livelihood that they know. And some of these girls, that is what their parents have done, that is what their mothers have been doing. Somebody said, I think in one, either it was a DM or in the lineup, in the responses on YouTube, that there are women who go with their children. So I show up with my daughter because this is the work I do. So ata wewe kuja kuna kazi, you know. But like Marion said, the government needs to give options for work, so that even if prostitution is an option there is a kiosk, there is fashion, you know, you have options of things that you can do, because the lack of opportunity, the lack of options, that poverty. When I was in my Mahio, I mean in Naivasha, people said, we talked to some people who are boda riders, and in a conversation I had with somebody, akasema unajua hii mambo ya sex, you exchange, sex is a currency. You can exchange currency, that sex, for food. You can do it for pads. And sometimes unajua ukipata bola uta need pads. Alafu unaweza toa huyo mtoi. Yeah? You can exchange sex for alcohol. Yeah? You can exchange sex for money. Right? So it's a currency that is used because that's the only thing you've got. You've got your body. Well, how can you make this body bring you money? Yeah? But like I said, Marion put it very well. That issue of poverty is something that the government needs to address. Reduce poverty. Give people want to live a dignified life. Yes. People don't want handouts. Correct. People are not constantly walking around begging. People want to do something that is productive, that they can provide for their families, right? I think the other thing is, part of the reason why it's underreported, where's the justice? What's the point? The stigmatization, the abuse.
Victim blaming and shaming.
The shaming. So why go and put yourself through all of that? And at the end of it all, there's not going to be justice. And when you go to report, you expect that something will be done. When that something is against you, then you shy away. And even with the government's reaction to this particular story, anybody who wanted to report, now they're just like, you know what, watch it. Yeah, can you imagine the thousands of girls and women who are just at the doors, who have found the courage to go and report because of this story? Now they're like, hey, because what are the authorities going to do with it?
They will trash it.
They will, the same way it's been dismissed. So it's the reason why it's underreported. And then people are not willing to be witnesses. You talked about neighbors. People are seeing these things happen. People know this man abuses children in the neighborhood.
It's complicit.
Why?
Complicit.
They are drunks. They beat up the women in the neighborhood, in their homes. They beat up their children. They rape them. They rape their women. They rape wanalanga na kila mtu cha nguvu. But they have been reported and nothing has been done. Aliingia ndani, after a few days, 2 weeks akatoka. Why do we let people like those roam around? Right? So the justice has to be served, not to be seen to be. it actually has to be solved, right? And you see, when you abuse, when you molest a woman, it sticks with you for life. When you arrest a man and give him 5, 7, 10, 14 years, you've just disrupted his life for that kidogo. Hiyo mwaka, whatever it is. Akitoka, ataendelea tu na maisha yake. Ata find a way to go on with their life. You have condemned this woman to life. This abuse must be for life, right? They say aura for aura.
Yeah.
You abuse this woman for life, let even this man never see the light of day. Ili liwe funzo kwake. And again, that there's the penalty is very little. It's small, it's a slap on the wrist. They get away with it. Yeah? And so it's not deterring. So like you've all said, it continues to embolden and empower, and it creates room for continuity. Because after all, it'll be a slap on the wrist. You can pay somebody so that corruption, you can pay your way through.
Get a good lawyer.
Yeah. Or just go and talk to the judge. So even if you have a good lawyer, if the judge is compromised, so the governance system has totally failed. In my opinion, I think there should be a petition to remove Murkomen from office. Because we, women and children, from what he said, we are not safe. We are not safe. We shall not be safe. So if he continues holding that office, then what does that mean for us?
I feel like, in my opinion, every time there are injustices in Kenya, particularly against human rights violation, he constantly just stands on the other side. That is not justice. So somebody who does not even fight for human rights is not somebody who deserves to be a leader, honestly. And maybe just to add to what Njeri is saying, we think this is a mahimahu thing, but this thing is now, and why maybe it's not getting a lot of track, even on social, sharing with my colleagues, Jana, is that this is the norm of the day, guys. Even on socials, on TikTok, this is what is happening. If you go to TikTok around midnight, people are naked. They are doing the worst. Some even with children there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very bad. Yeah, so we think it's a mahimahu story, but this is really a human rights issue. And it's rampant, and it's growing, and it's being normalized. And there are people, even grown, beautiful women and men, can't talk about it because this is how they earn a living. We're not here to shame them, but we are saying, what are the causes of such? Maybe some people like it, because I know there are also people who take sex work as a career. But for those who it's not an option, what can the government do? What are we saying about it? These are young people, they don't have an option. The other day, there was one of the chicks who was trending on Twitter. I think you guys saw her. Yeah, and she's been trending for a very long time. And she's a young girl, 21, 20. Yeah, so if at 21, 20 you are doing that, it means you're exposed to this thing much, much earlier by your parents or even whoever exposed you to it. So it's a very bad situation, and we need to deal with it both online and offline. And it shouldn't be taken lightly because it's going to be a very bad thing in the future.
How does we taking back our power look like as women, as a journalist, as the girls? How does that
I think Kimberly touched on it.
Yeah.
The moral fabric of the society. Imeraruka. It is strong.
Haiko.
Ilifed ikaisha.
Ilishanga ikaisha.
Unajua zile benderas, they flap and then you can see it like it becomes dust. And then if you leave it long enough, it will not be there, it will just be a karub. Hata utajua kulikuwa na flag. We are bordering there, right? And while we keep pointing at our leadership, I think we really, really need to look in the mirror. We really, really need to look in the mirror. We are the society. We are the people. We are the mothers, we are the parents. We are the people, we are the watchers of this generation. We are the guardians of the future. You millennials, we are the guardians of the future. And how we transition this, what are we passing on? What are we doing in our capacity? People say, oh, but I'm just one person. What can I possibly do? Imagine all 7 billion people in this world asking that question. If you just did what you can do, figure out where are you, what can you do in your capacity, right? And find people of like mind and collaborate. And what became, even, what is that thing, when the snow is going down an avalanche. It begins with one pebble. Inashikana na ingine, they go, it becomes big, 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 big. It's an avalanche, and kidogo the mountain is crashing. Right. Yeah? And we need to stop asking, but me, I can't do anything. I'm just one person. Fear is the enemy. Fear is the enemy, ladies. Right?
Yeah.
Because every time you think, I can't do this because I'm afraid, what are you protecting? We saw Albert Ojwang. Alikuja kachukuliwa kwake. He was having lunch with his wife and father. God. Taken from home. So if you think you're safe, you're not. You've seen what is happening in this country. So join voices, find people of like mind, find a cause, live for something, stand up for something, make your voice count, make your life count. Don't count the number of days, but we can always do something. And it's not, everybody keeps asking, what can I do, what can I do? Ask yourself and find an answer to that question. I don't need to sit here and tell you what you can do. There's social media. You're in churches. This is a very prayerful nation. We're in churches. Sini watu wa sherehe. Izo ma clubs. When you patana to drink and dance, what can you do? Support. What are you talking about? What are issues? Media. What are your priorities? What are you amplifying? We keep platforming this akina sijui ni waseme, but we keep platforming people with no integrity. We keep platforming lack of integrity, bad governance, bad language. What are we teaching this country? I think the media needs to also take its role very seriously in empowering this. And it's people who sit on the other side of the cameras. Yeah, platform those. Give those people an option. Give those people an opportunity to speak about the issues that are important in this country. So that we can connect the people on the other side. You have access to thousands, if not millions of people. And the people on this side have access to only so many people. But across that camera is where the rest of the country is. And media has that access. Ile lugha tutatumia, it gets down to the community. And people start saying, oh, by the way, what our leader is saying is not the truth. Our leaders do not have monopoly of truth. Sometimes they are not even telling any truth whatsoever.
No, for sure.
And we need to be able to debunk that and deplatform those lies. Because we keep platforming them. They're in the front pages of our newspaper. They're in the prime time of our news. Where my father sits every day at 7 and at 9 p.m. If he's at home at 7, if he's not at home at 7, Aki by 9 o'clock, he'll catch it. He does not feel complete. The day is complete if he's not watched news. But if that's the only thing that he was listening to, imagine what kind of person he would be. So it's important for us to see ourselves carrying a building block. Uibebe mpaka uiwekele and then watch this country grow. Nchi tutajenga pamoja. Leaders and citizens together. It is not the responsibility of citizens alone, neither is it the responsibility of government. Holding accountable and keeping our leaders accountable, but also being part of the solution. Not everything has to be monetized and paid for. So I think we need to have a spirit of Utu, look out for each other, don't look away when injustice is happening. See something, say something. Speak up. Fight for your friend, fight for your neighbor, fight for the children in your neighborhood, fight for the women, fight for the persons with disabilities. Fight for people around you. Improve when you rise, when you grow, let that wave lift the people around you as well.
Right. Final remarks. We are time bad.
For me, I'll just start by saying there is no VIP woman in the eyes of misogyny.
Wow.
There's no, if you're sitting there thinking, me, I don't have that thingy with men. No, girl. In the eyes of misogyny, the same way a misogynistic man will look at Njeri is the same way a misogynistic man will look at me. Obviously, me and Njeri have very distinct differences, but they see all of us as women. So at the point where you want to seem indifferent, that's the point you're enabling. So as Anne has asked, how can we take back our power? We need to first know this is a burden. It's not a responsibility. No, when something's a responsibility, you'll just be like, it's mine. I can either or. This is a burden for each and every single person sitting at home. The only way a democracy works is if we co-govern this nation together. And we cannot be sitting and talking about sustainable development goals. We cannot be talking about Vision 2030 when we are here and just VIPing ourselves in the eyes of what oppresses us. It cannot work. The moment our children, our young, I like to say younger sisters, because they're not my children, they are my younger sisters and brothers. The point, my younger sister, my younger brother is being chained, because I would want to say they are chained. There's no aspect of them, there was no choice. They were held in that chain. So the moment my younger sister, my younger brother is in that chain, there's no development. A government cannot claim development. We're not developing anything. So where we are at, as Njeri has said, even you have to start with something, do something. Stop keep on hiding behind what can I do. You have to do something today, because those same women who are taking children from their families instead of having the reconciliation, they are the same women who will come at your door and take your daughter. They will be the same people. So again, civic education, we need to stop putting civic education as voter education. It needs to stop. Let us not remember about civic education when 2026 is there. This is something we need to be having continuously, because these children ran away from a community that was doing something harmful to them. How are we educating these communities on FGM? Are we just coming to tell them FGM is bad, we'll arrest you? No. This is their culture. How are we going to have a conversation and dialogue with them and tell them these are the consequences of FGM? The pain grows within. As they grow, the pain is still there. How are we sitting with the community? Even the reconciliation. Not every survivor wants to stay in a safe house. They want to go back home. Although they left, they want to go back home. So do we have ways in which we can educate the community to receive these people back and help them to heal? Because there's no better place for you to heal than home. So are we educating that community? This is how you will receive these girls. This is how we can help them adjust back into society. What are the principals of schools doing? Are they ready to accommodate these girls back into the education system? Are they ready? Because again, we can speak of giving these girls justice, but if as a community, we are not ready to take the burden of working with these girls, because it is not Njeri to work with these girls. It is not Njeri Wamwigwi to work with these girls. It is us as the community to bring them back, integrate them back with us, and walk with them in their healing journey. Be patient with them. So this whole aspect of us choosing when to do civic education, when it suits us, then we are wrong. We are actually failing. We are actually doing the worst. And lastly, when government fails, civil society takes the stand. The moment the government has failed and civil society is sitting comfortably, again, we are losing our democracy. We are losing it. There's a reason why people fought for the position of civil society for cases like this. That is when civil society was fought for. But now we have become so comfortable in our big cars, in our big offices, in lodges in Naivasha, and Mahimayu is just there. That is happening, and we're comfortable in Radisson Blue. We're comfortable where we are, but we do not want to actually address the issue. Move away from those offices. Go to the ground, because there is no way the government has failed and civil society is comfortable. It cannot work like that. It is not an issue for only activists. It's not an issue for only advocates. It is an issue for everybody. So you in your CBO in Nakuru, if you are not helping, then what are we doing? And to just finish it off, baby girl, the work she's doing again, as I've said, Njeri Wamwigwi should be part of county planning. The same way baby girl in Nakuru should be part of county budget. Let us not send her charity. partner with baby girl, fund baby girl, put baby girl into national plans because she's doing the Lord's work. In the good year of the Lord 2025, we need to get serious because we're joking with the children of God, and God will not forgive us, by the way. God will actually judge us based on how we treated his children, because they're no longer ours, they are God's children. So if he has given you the mandate and the ability to protect these children that he has given onto this country, and we are taking that issue lightly, then we don't even deserve God's mercy.
Marion, briefly.
I think for me, I'd just pick up from what Njeri said. She talked about the moral fabric being very torn. And I want us, for me, taking back power is collective responsibility. The society has really detached itself from collective responsibility, where everyone for themselves, God for us all. So you live in here. Over the weekend, there was a chick who was being beaten in the Kukut festival, and men were just looking. Everyone was looking. So you ask yourself, where are our morals? Where is our empathy? And even for this case, with collective responsibility, then we are able to hold even these policemen, this syndicate accountable, because they live within us. We know them. You remember when our grandmas would find thieves and they would beat them to death? We need to go back there, not to beat them to death, but to be able to ensure that these people face the law. But lastly, also, collective responsibility is also other institutions taking up their space. Like she has said, civil society organization sees with a lot of diplomacy, the hotels, solve real issues in the society. People are tired of having the unending trainings without solving real problems. Civic education is good, but without solving the real problems in the society, it's just noise.
That's right.
So also, like, let's just take up collective responsibility as people in the society, at an individual level, as an institution, so that we're able to see a better country. And that means even in how we choose our leaders, then we'll sit down and say, this is not the, like what I think it's South B people, the last election was South C. Walikaa chini kama watu wa South C, wakaform committee, wakaamua who are they choosing to go into leadership. We need to get to that space, then we are able to at least fight for justice, and these people are able to at least get close to justice, not entirely, but close to justice. But also we're able to advocate for a fair society if we will be able to get there soon. But also just my last remarks would be, I think, Njeri, that was very bold of you. People don't say this enough. Receive your flowers. That was a very good, a good piece to watch. As disheartening as it was, you did play your role in amplifying and bringing out injustices, and that's what truly matters, irrespective of what the society thinks.
Mad respect to you, Njeri, for offering your voice. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, Njeri. Thank you, Marion, for offering your voice to this very pertinent discussion. Unfortunately, 2 hours is not enough for us to sustain such a conversation. It has to continue beyond the 2 hours of our show. We have to end it right here, right now. Thank you so much to everybody who has participated in this discussion as well. And thank you to each and every person that made time to watch us on this very special edition of the Powerpuff Girls special edition. I leave you in the very safe and able hands of Flozz. She's our in-house reggae nerd. She comes in with ITAL group from 4 p.m. all the way till 6 p.m. So just we'll give you like a 20 minutes intermission and then you join her at 4 p.m. But for me, it is a goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep it Power Radio. We will see you on the next one. Bye for now.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
This is Hendrix Sound.
Hekima mdomoni mwake na uzuri wake wasambaza kote. Heshima kwake ni msingi, akiipeana apewa kwa wingi. Kusu kusu kusu, wivu na wivu, jamaa yake mwendo wake. Kusu kusu kusu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.